Hello, thank you for joining me today. Today is Friday, March the 27th, and so I'm putting together some little yoga practices to help everyone develop their own home yoga practice. And so for the class today, you're going to need a chair. So turn this video off, go find yourself a chair, and get set up for our practice today. Okay, so sit on your chair, sit up nice and tall, and without leaning into the back of the chair, sit forward a little bit so that your spine has to be long and lifted here. Feet firmly planted down on the floor, ankles underneath the knees, and close your eyes, and just turn your direction inward. See how it is inside today. How am I right now inside? How busy is that monkey mind? Lots of food for the monkey mind in the world today. All the places where our thoughts can go, scary places. But we get to choose where we want to focus our attention, our awareness. This is one of the great gifts of yoga, to actually notice where our monkey mind is going, and to notice that there is a me watching my monkey mind. I am not my thoughts. I have thoughts, and I can at any time choose a different thought. Just turn your attention towards your breath now. Just notice how you're breathing. And I'm going to just share an inspirational reading here to kind of set the tone for our practice today. And I just like to share things with you that I have found helpful, and I hope that maybe you will find them helpful. And this is a reading that came from the Humanities Team Canada, Dorset Campbell Ross. Others have said it, but this is worth a reminder. When you go out and see the empty streets, the empty stadiums, the empty train platforms, don't say to yourself, "It looks like the end of the world." What you're seeing is love in action. What you're seeing in that negative space is how much we do care for each other, for our grandparents, for our immunocompromised brothers and sisters, for people we will never meet. People will lose jobs over this. Some will lose their businesses, and some will lose their lives. All the more reason to take a moment when you're out on your walk or on your way to the store or just watching the news to look into the emptiness and marvel at all of that love. Let it fill you and sustain you. It isn't the end of the world. It is the most remarkable act of global solidarity we may ever witness. And I want you just to take a moment to really let that land in your heart today. It might not be morning, this may be an evening practice for you. Just let those words of inspiration land and focus on gratitude. We interrupt anxiety and fear with gratitude. And now place your right hand on your low belly, your left hand over your heart here. And we'll just practice to begin the square breath. So inhaling, exhaling through your nose as you send the breath down to the belly, and breathe and extend the breath upwards. Inhaling through the nose. We're going to do a count of 4. Count of 4 for each part. So it's an inhale for 4, a hold the breath inside for 4, exhalation for 4, and then holding the breath out if you can for a count of 4. And if you find that that's creating anxiety for you to try and hold the breath out before you take another inhale, then leave that part out of this. So we'll just begin on the inhalation. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold the breath in. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold the breath out. 2, 3, 4. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold the breath in. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold the breath out. 2, 3, 4. Continue at your own pace. And finish this cycle. And bring the hands down to the thighs. I'm just going to turn my chair around so you have a side view here. If you have a wall handy, it's helpful to have your chair against a wall so it doesn't slip. But if you don't have a wall, that's okay. It'll still work. So we're just going to sit up tall on our chair. Separate the feet hip distance apart. Lengthen up through the spine. Lengthen up. Crown of the head reaching forward. Or reaching upwards, I should say. And inhale and circle the arms up. Exhale and stretch them out down. Inhale, circle up. Exhale, reach them out wide. Inhale, circle up, extend. Exhale and stretch them out. That's good. And then here, let's bring our right foot up on top of the left thigh, up above the knee. And if that creates pain for you in the knee, then just maybe crossing over on the ankle. Sitting up tall here. Inhale, circle the arms up. And then exhale, and as you open the arms, reaching back. If you can't reach the back of your chair, then just reach in that direction. You can actually grip the sides of the top of the chair, then hold here. Flex the feet here, stretch the toes apart. Hold and breathe. And release. Switch it to the other side. Bring the left foot up. Modify if you need to. Remember, in our practice, always listening to your body, making any changes that you need to, because only you know what feels right in your body. Inhale, circle the arms up. Exhale, reaching for the back of the chair. Flex the feet. Hinge a little bit from the hips. Pay attention to information from your knee. If that is creating pain, pain is the signal to stop. Always stopping if there's any type of sharp pain in our body from any move, from any way that we're moving. Inhale, release. Take the feet a little bit wider here. Maybe sliding a little bit forward on your chair so that as you come into a forward fold, you can hinge from the hips but not slide off the chair. And inhale, circle the arms up. Exhale, folding forward, reaching fingertips or palms for the floor, and hanging down here for a fold between the legs. This is where having a wall comes in handy so the chair doesn't slip away on you. Let the head hang. Take some letting go breaths Inhale, coming back up. And bringing the feet, once again, hip distance apart, sitting back a little bit more on the chair. Sit up tall. Take an inhale. We'll take a gentle twist here. So just reach the right hand around for either the back of the seat or the back of the upper part of the chair. And just a gentle twist here as you rotate and look towards the right. Continue to breathe in and out through the nose. And release. Sit up tall. Take an inhale. On the exhale, rotating to the left. Keep the gaze forward as the trunk rotates, and then bring the gaze around behind. Breathe. And release back to center. Standing up, coming into Tadasana, mountain pose. I'm going to now face the chair and stepping a little bit away. And here you can bring the feet underneath the hips, or the big toes could be touching with the heels slightly apart as we find our Tadasana, our mountain pose this morning. So looking down, lift the toes, stretch the toes apart, then set them down. Activate the legs here, so imagine the front of the thighs pressing towards the back of the thighs. And lifting up nice and tall. Once again, crown directed upwards. Drop the shoulders down away from the ears. Stacking all of the joints. So our knees are over top of the ankles. Our hips are over top of the knees. Our shoulders over top of our hips. And our ears ideally are over top of our shoulders. So if one of the habits you have is to pull your head forward of your shoulders, notice if you can just bring your head so that it's centered on top of the shoulders. Every inch forward of the shoulders, I forget what it is, it's like an extra 10 pounds, and it puts that stress on our back. So here, find this alignment in your mountain. Ground down through the soles of the feet. Become very rooted down into the earth. So we want to be rooted, but we also want to be flexible, just like a tree has very, very deep roots down into the earth, and yet the upper part, the upper branches are able to move, to get tossed about in the wind, and this is exactly what we need to develop this skill as well. We need to develop this inner strength, inner resilience, so that we can stay rooted, but still be flexible. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, and let's just come forward. You might need to bend the knees. Use your chair here as a support, and we'll just take a easy stretch back in a supported downward dog at the chair. So as you slide your hands here, we do want the palms to be on the seat of the chair so that the fingers can stretch forward. Maybe the heel is more towards the front. But here, as we stretch back, we're taking our hips backwards towards the wall behind us, bringing the ears on the inside of the upper arms. Look at your toes. Lift the toes and spread them apart. See if you can see some space in between the toes, then set them back down. Hold here. Inhale. Exhale through the nose. And soften the knees and step it forward, coming all the way back up to our mountain to Tadasana. So this is a little modified sun salutation practice. Sun salutations, Surya Namaskar, the most ancient sequence of yoga poses. A greeting of the sun. It may not be sunrise or morning for you as you practice. Sun salutations are wonderful for any time of the day and any time throughout your practice. It could be your complete practice. Using a chair is a nice modification for those that find the full sun salutation sequence without assistance difficult. So we'll just begin here with our chair. Hands at heart center. And here let's just really tap into that feeling of gratitude. Salute to the sun. Thank you for another day, a new day. And on the inhale, circle the arms, bring them up. So this is one way to circle the arms up, palms touch at the top. You could also bring the arms forward and up. This is called Urdhva Hastasana. Fingers pointing towards the sky here. Now, if you need to work with bent knees a little bit to support your back, that's always okay. Otherwise, we're firming into the legs and we'll take this down, all the way folding down. Now, you could just come to the chair if you can fold all the way forward. Uttanasana, folding forward, letting the crown of the head now aim towards the earth. Back of the groins lifting towards the sky. If you have any issues where this kind of pressure down into the head and into the eyes is not a good idea for you, if you have eye conditions, then you would want to keep your head above the heart. Holding here as we hang from the hips. Now we're going to, on our next inhalation, come up to half a straight back. So slide the hands up the legs, maybe even up to the thighs. Pull the heart forward. Try to keep the neck in line with the spine here so we're not looking up. We're letting the crown of our head and our heart pull forward, shoulders back, and fold back down. Soften the knees a little bit. Now here we're going to reach for our chair, hands on top of the chair, step the feet back as we come back into downward facing dog. Spread the fingers. Feet are at least hip distance apart here, and take the tailbone back, the hips back. Once again, ears on the inside of the upper arms. And breathe. Long body stretch. Lift the toes, spread them apart, set them back down. Keep pressing into the fingers, lengthening the fingers, firm the legs, lengthen the waist. Next inhalation, coming forward, now sliding the hands more to grip the outer side of the chair as you bring the hips forward, bringing the body towards the chair. Listen to your low back as we come into modified up dog. Hold for 5 breaths if you can. If 5 is too many, then just take it back into downward dog if you need to release before I tell you to. Then take it back now. Let the hands come to the floor as you fold back over the legs. On an inhale, come up to half straight back. Pull the heart forward, pull the crown of the head forward. And fold it back down. Inhale and circle up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Once again, come a little closer to the chair. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, reaching, lengthening up. Exhale, folding all the way down. Inhale, half straight back. Exhale, fold it back in. Coming to down dog at the chair. Reach it back, spread the fingers, take the hips back, firm the legs, inside edge of the big toes facing forward, ears on the inside of the upper arms. Inhale, exhale through the nose. Shoulder blades drawing back and inwards. Next inhalation, bring it forward. Slide the hands to the outer part of the chair and let the hips come forward up onto the toes. Hold and breathe. Opening the chest. Take it back to the down dog. Begin to release the hands to the floor and walk it into Uttanasana. And inhale, circle up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Good. Okay, so come to stand beside your chair. And let's just widen our stance here. So I have my right leg closest to the seat of the chair. And spread the legs wide apart here. The toes might be angled in a little bit. And then let's rotate the whole right leg. The foot, the shin, the knee, and the hip all rotating to face the chair. And then angle the back toes in slightly here. Bend the knee, and the chair can offer some support there so that the knee doesn't go forward of the ankle. You might have to adjust your foot a little bit to find that position there. And here, we'll lift the arms, shoulder height, straight fingers, gaze to middle finger of our right hand here for Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. Firm the legs, strong legs. And then begin to straighten that front leg. Hold the legs firm. Raise the right arm on the inhalation. Exhale, and using the seat of the chair for some support for Trikonasana, triangle pose, taking our gaze up, taking the left arm up. If that's a strain for the neck, just softening and looking downward. Inner thighs moving away from each other. Long spine. Feel this opening of the body. You could also place your hand now down onto your leg without leaning and collapsing into the leg. We want to stay strong and lifted. Our legs really working hard to hold us up. That's why using the chair can be very beneficial. We want to feel that real opening through the front body, through the back body. Inhale and come up. Now here, rebend the front knee. We're going to lift our back heel and pivot so that the hips now face the chair. You might need to step in a little bit so that the back foot can be in full contact with the floor. Straighten the front leg. Holding the chair here for support. Firm the legs. Left hand stays on the chair for support. Sweep the right arm back and around here for a revolved triangle. Parivrita Trikonasana. And lift and reach. Breathe. You may feel a big stretch back there in that calf of your left leg. And bring that arm down. And then stretch it back into downward facing dog. Enjoy 5 full breaths here. down to the floor. Fold it right over once again into Uttanasana. Inhale, sweep the arms out to the side, circle them up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Okay, coming now to your left side. I'm just going to switch my chair so that you can still see me. Hopefully, if I've set my phone up, my phone camera up properly. So here, left leg is down beside the chair. Rotate the whole left leg, the ankle, the knee, the hip, and then angle the back toes in slightly. Bend the front knee. Come into Virabhadrasana 2, warrior pose. Try to bring the arms at shoulder height. Take a gaze back, see if the arms are lined up or if they're out of line. We want to try and have a nice alignment here. Gaze is over the middle finger. Try not to let the knee go past the ankle. Could be behind, right above, ideally. So the joint is stacked as we firm the legs. It's our muscles that are strengthening and holding us in place, not our joints. And straighten that leg. Inhale, lengthen up through the left arm. And reaching out and over the leg. Using the chair for support in our Trikonasana. Rotating the chest open, lifting, trying to bring right wrist over right shoulder, firming the legs, inner thighs, moving away from each other as we really open up. See if you can get a really deep breath to really expand the lung fields. In and out through the nose. On your next inhale, coming up. Bend the knee once again. Use the chair for support. Lift the back heel and pivot. Maybe change the distance of your back foot so the foot can come all the way down and your hips are facing forward. Your belly button is facing forward, using our chair for support here. Firm into the legs. Right hand is supporting arm. Inhale, sweep the left arm up. Revolve triangle. Hold and breathe. Release that down. Step it back to downward facing dog. Couple of breaths here. And then we'll take this forward into our up dog. And come back to sit on your chair. Take your knees wide. Lift and lengthen the spine. Fold it forward. Reach the arms forward. Let the torso, the head hang down between the legs. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders with the elbows bent a little bit, and then straighten the arms, look forward. Exhale and release, bend the elbows, drop back down. Inhale, straighten the arms. Keep the gaze down so the neck stays long. Exhale, bend the elbows. One more time. Inhale, straighten the arms. Pull the heart forward. Exhale, fold it in. And come all the way back up. Bring the feet back in. And using our chair for our modified camel, your feet have to stay on the front legs of the chair with this version of modified camel. Reach the arms back and lift. Yes, developing courage. Can we trust the chair? Can we trust ourselves? And release. And just work with this a couple of times. This is a really nice way to get a back bend in as well that's supported. It kind of looks a little bit more dramatic than it feels. Inhale, lengthen, and release. And you can take a fold forward, a modified child's pose from a chair here. Now you continue on with your practice. Just listen to your body. Do what feels good. If you've gotten started, it's perfect. Just keep on going. You don't need me. If you're going to continue, pause this. Continue and then come back to finish off. If you had enough and you're ready to finish your practice, then just come back to either Shavasana. In fact, I do recommend lying on your mat, coming to Shavasana. You could also just sit on the chair once again as you just come into this space of quietness. Peace. Peace does not mean that the world is a calm place, that everything is calm and peaceful. Peace is what we experience on the inside, regardless of what is going on the outside. And so let's just come back inside with a focus to our breath. Close your eyes. Just notice if the breath feels any deeper or fuller now. And as you focus on your breath, try to find a lengthening of your exhalation, regardless of what the length of your inhalation is. Focusing on the out-breath. It is in the out-breath that we release toxins, that we release negativity, that we release anxiety. And stay here with your breath in a peaceful inside world for as long as you like. And know that you can come back to this place at any time. It is your decision. It is your choice. Namaste. Thank you for joining me for my practice today.